What would you say has been the biggest challenge over at She's Got Legs?
So we saw 800% growth over 2 years. So after that, things leveled off. And with that, we came across tech being one of our biggest challenges. We weren't maximizing what we could with our technology platform that we had. So we did a lot of research on new technology and the impact to growth and opportunity. It's a different way of thinking, moving from an older technology to a newer technology. You're challenging yourself because you're learning new ways. You have to be strong for the field. So it's exciting, scary as heck, everything all at the same time. It's been fantastic.
Coach Caitlin here. I'm joined today by Donna Pinsonneault, the CEO of She's Got Leggz. She's Got Leggz is a Canadian leggings and leisurewear company that is powered by women. They have a team of over 1,200 reps across Canada, predominantly women. The philosophy of the company is be your own kind of beautiful. All right, Donna, welcome to the Extra Mile.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So let me get right into it. Can I ask, what are two or three things that you feel have made you successful in business? What are some of the keys to your success that somebody following in your footsteps might want to know?
I think one of it is definitely your mindset. And I think having a persistent, stubborn sort of mindset, that tenacity that you're grabbing in and you're not letting go really helps carry you through the year because, everybody thinks that it's like this and it's not like this. It is definitely a roller coaster ride, right? And you have to be able to have the good feelings from that one good day that's going to carry you through like a week of icky days, right? And then you get to that one good day and you refill your cup and then you're good to go because you're forward looking, right? And you have to keep that mindset that keep your eyes forward and get moving forward.
I love that answer, and I can 100% relate. I'm a Taurus born in the year of the bull. The stubborn is natural here.
And sometimes, people are like, oh, you're so stubborn. You got to be, right? You have to be like, yeah, this is what I want and I'm going to fight for it. So it gets you through there.
It gets you through the lulls, the
It
times
does.
maybe you don't feel motivated, but you just got to get in there and do it anyway.
Exactly.
Have you ever felt like there is anything that maybe you've kept with too long, that maybe you should have listened to the devil on your shoulder a little bit sooner, or maybe where that stubbornness turned into a liability, or has it always been a strength?
No, definitely not. It tends to be as you're growing through teenage years, boyfriends, right? You always find you hold on to those way too long. That's healthy for you. But I think it's really important. I think as you mature, that you learn that listening to your gut skill. Because you're right, there are times where it is ickiness, and you got to be like, okay, this is a hole. Am I going to dig a bigger hole or am I just going to like move on and go search somewhere else? Right. And those are, key business decisions that you do have to make. Sometimes being too stubborn can be detrimental. So it's taking a mindful approach to it, right? If you're getting pushed back from too many people, you have to take a look at yourself and, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I holding on so hard? Is it just time to move on?
Not doing it for the sake of doing it or for
Yes.
this of ego or proving something, but because
Yes.
it is the right thing to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Over the past year or so, what would you say has been the biggest challenge over at She's Got Legs?
We had huge growth through COVID because we had everybody shopping online and everybody home in leggings. So we saw 800% growth over 2 years. Yes, it was insane in the membrane, as they say. So after that, things leveled off. And so we went through a phase of stabilizing into what the new norm is. And with that, we came across tech being one of our biggest challenges and that we weren't maximizing what we could with our technology platform that we had. So we did a lot of research on new technology and where it's at and the impact to growth and opportunity. So we did a big tech change this year.
What did you learn through that process, or how did you have to grow as an entrepreneur?
Well, interesting enough, when we went into COVID, we went through a tech change 3 years ago. So we knew that we could do it. We knew if you can do it when you've onboarded like 400 people in 3 months, you have all these sales happening and you're doing a tech change all at the same time. Okay, we got this, right? And we sort of broke it into bite-sized chunks. We knew what we were looking for. We knew our field better. So we had a lot of better platform to start from. But again, we were doing it in November, which is busiest time of the year for us. But super happy with it, super happy with the connection we had with the field, with our tech partners. It's a different way of thinking, moving from an older technology to a newer technology and pulling in tech stacks with it. So you're challenging yourself because you're learning new ways. You have to be strong for the field because you're supporting them and how they're learning and finding new ways to do things. So it's exciting, scary as heck, everything all at the same time. It's been fantastic.
Oh, that's great to hear. If there is somebody listening who's thinking about making that kind of big change in the infrastructure of their business, what were some of the lessons you learned, or what maybe would you do the same if you had to do it again? What would you do different?
I think one of our big takeaways is making sure that you've broken down all of the right nows and all of the will be's. So right now, this is how one of our stylists does all these tasks. Right now, this is how our accountant does all this tasks. Right now, this is how marketing does all these things. And what does that look at? And I think that helps with transition because you know that you're pulling back to those points and you're able to direct to them.
Yeah, so knowing what the purpose is and keeping kind of using that as a filter for planning and decision making.
And it's a big job, right? Because you do every day. You do thousands of things every day. You just go, 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 like that duck looking all cool up top and feet pedaling like crazy underneath. And so when you stop and write down all those things and how do we do it in the new, like it sets you back, right? You have to have the time to prepare for that switch over.
It sounds like the sort of exercise that would make any business stronger and more resilient.
Yes, it's a great way to look at the way you do things. One of the big things we changed was our ticketing. So if somebody's customer service asking questions for us with that, so we went from a very one lane operation to multiple facets of information coming at us, and we're kind of like, what are we doing here? It was a little bit of that. I was like, okay, okay. In that Jim Carrey movie where he's God, he's sitting at the computer and he's just answering all the questions. That's what we kind of felt like. Like we have all this information coming at us now. So it was great because we were able to streamline it and get more things done with it. But it was a little overwhelming at first. Like, oh my goodness.
Kind of pushed you outside of the
Yeah.
comfort zone from where you had been. Yeah, sounds like overall a good experience.
Yes, definitely.
If I was talking to somebody who knows you well at work, what would they say is your catchphrase? What's the thing you say most often?
That's an easy one. Teamwork makes the dream work. I say it all the time. People make fun of me, but I also say teamwork makes the dream work, baby. And I throw that little sass in at the end. A huge proponent of we level each other up. High tides raise all ships. Like, let's go. Let's work together. There's no way that I could do on my own all the things that we get done here. We have an amazing team that covers a lot of ground here at She's Got Legs. And most organizations are like that. I heard something really cool the other day is there's two ways to impact people. You push them down or you pull them up. To be known and to get things done, you really have to pull people up. You really have to create an environment that's positive, inclusive, that is working together. And through that, that's how you get a lot of work done.
I love these cliches like teamwork makes the dream work because
It-
they're cliches for a reason.
They are. It is so empowering when you see the group come together. You've been to one of our conferences, and we're a small but mighty team, and they just work so well together. It is so amazing.
So has teamwork always been at the core of what you do and how you lead? Or is that something that you've kind of gravitated towards over time?
So I'm trained as an accountant. So as an accountant, it's very solitary, right? Like you are working with your friend, the spreadsheet, and you will have communication with people, but it's much more solitary. Where now, when you're in an organization that you have a group of members helping you, plus 1,200 reps across Canada, it's very much about the teamwork. So am I great at teamwork? Well, I love to party, if you call that teamwork. Like I love to gather people together and have fun, but it's also about getting through those tough times. How do you pull someone through a tough frustration with something, or trying something new when they're hesitant? Those are where teamwork comes in. Or during COVID, when we were down 3 people and there's only 2 left, and you're trying to cover all the other jobs, and you do, right? Because you're part of an environment that's positive. I think it makes a
Mm.
huge difference.
It's one of the big things I've observed in the companies that I've been close to is when the leader is honest enough to talk about their frustrations, their vulnerabilities, their mistakes, their challenges. It kind of gives everyone else permission to do that too. And then when everyone's doing it and helping each other and guiding each other, it becomes a really nice place to work. And people aren't scared of making mistakes. They want to learn. They want to improve.
And that's the thing, right? You fail forward, right? We all make mistakes. And how do you recover? How do you move on? How do so many people wear it so heavily when you do make a mistake, but it's life, right? That's how we learn.
Celebrate the learning.
Yes.
So you have done a lot so far. This company has come a long way with you at the helm. What's next for you? What's next for She's Got Legs?
We have opportunity with our tech change to develop the brand and the company out into areas that we just haven't been able to reach yet. So I think that's a big part of what we do. We're very grounded in the impact we have on women's lives with our stylist program here in Canada. It is core to what we do. In the direct selling space, it's always a side hustle. For a few, it is a full-time job, but the idea is that people have chosen to be with us for part of their journey in their life, right? And we want them to leave with a better base, better knowledge, having had fun while they're with us. That's super important to us. So when we bring tools to the field and we have our conferences, those are the pieces that we love to grow and develop.
So it sounds like the vision for the future is more of the same energy continuing to grow, continuing to kind of spread
Yes.
that positive impact.
We like to say we're making the world happier one pair of leggings at a time.
Well, listen, I've got a couple of your leggings and they make me happy and they make my life better.
Awesome. We love to hear that.
So, Donna, if people want to find you, first of all, who's a good fit to be part of this amazing team across the country? And what's the best place to find you?
So she's got legs.ca. That's our website. You can find all the information there. If you're looking to become a stylist, we have the opportunity page that breaks it down and explains it about starting your own fashion business, where we're helping you. We have the product and that, and we give you the tools to do it. There's no limit to opportunity. You decide what you want to do. So we've had women that have come out of their shells by doing this. We have very introverted women that have found a sense of purpose or a sense of fun. We have some women that are nurses, and through COVID, this was their joy and happiness. One of our stylists works for women's shelters, and she says, like, this brings her the joy that she needs to counter all the negativity she sees with that side of life. For different people, we range from women in their 20s to women in their 80s. We have some men across Canada that one works with his wife and one works solo. So it's hard to define. I think You have to be open to opportunity.
This joy that you obviously feel and you bring to the leadership team. I'd love to hear how it goes all the way, flows all the way down to everybody out there doing their thing.
It's such a great community to be a part of.
Amazing. Well, Donna, thank you so much for joining us today, sharing some of your lessons with other business leaders in the community.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. I've loved all of the sessions that you've brought to our field over the years, and your newsletters are always so insightful. So keep doing your amazing stuff as well.
I sure will. Thank you, Donna. Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you.